Welcome back to MustacheMoto. It's Ben, and today I'm going to talk about the things that I always have on my motorcycle. All right, here are the things that I always keep on my motorcycle. This is for my BMW, which is my main transportation. Of course, it's got big, hard luggage that's got plenty of space to keep this stuff, but look at it and you can pare it down or add a few things depending on how you use your motorcycle. If you're just running to Starbucks in it or on it, you probably don't need much anything. You can always call your wife or somebody to come get you or bring you something if you needed it. But I like to be totally self-sufficient as much as possible. So let's start off with, I always have a full bottle of water. I just keep refilling this whenever I drink out of it. But you never know when it's going to get hot. You're going to get sweaty. You're going to be thirsty and dehydrated. Or you're going to have to add some water to the radiator if you have an overheat situation. So great to always have water. Let's talk about tools a little bit. This is an inflator. I want to have a way to fix a flat tire. So I've got an inflator for just low tire pressure, or if I ever get a flat. It's also a battery bank, which is helpful. And then I've got a full toolkit here. This has, of course, my tire patch tools, plugging equipment for the tire, as well as basically any tool I need to do any maintenance on the motorcycle. Now, this is going to change depending on your bike and your skill level, but make sure you have any specialty tools that your bike may need, especially for getting the wheel on and off. Even if you don't know how to use them, it's good to have them because somebody might stop and want to give you a hand. If you don't have the tools, they're not going to be much good. I'll go over this in another video where I actually go through all the tools because it's a little more complicated. That's going to take up more time than I want to use in this video. Along with the tools, I've got a little piece of hose, and this has metal stainless steel zip ties in it. These could be used for anything, holding stuff on your bike if something's broken. The great thing about them being stainless steel is they're not going to melt, so if you needed to hang an exhaust pipe or something like that, you could use these and they wouldn't melt. All right, I'll go ahead and list as many of these things, links to them in the description below in case you want to get them. All right, next up is my rain bag. So I use these dry bags. I got a whole set of them for 20 bucks or something, 10 bucks, I don't even remember, on Amazon, but they're great to keep stuff organized so I know where it is in my pannier. So this is the rain bag. And what we've got in here, okay, this is a pair of Columbia rain pants, just regular like hiking rain pants, totally waterproof. They're a size larger than I normally would wear, so they slide right on over my boots, over my pants, 100% waterproof. This is just a cheap jacket, waterproof, 100% waterproof, non-breathable. It's big enough to go over my motorcycle jacket, so I can throw this on in case of rain. If I'm wearing my mesh jacket, my main jacket for cooler weather is totally waterproof, but obviously a mesh jacket isn't, so this is great to have. Let me mention too, the rain gear is fantastic. If you get a little cold, you can put this on for extra wind protection. So always good to have on the bike. All right, these I really love. So this is, find the other one. These are silicone rubber boot covers. So these go over my motorcycle boots. They're really big, 100% waterproof. No matter what you're wearing, you can put these on over them. They're sturdy enough that they're not going to get torn up. I mean, even on pretty aggressive pegs, the soles last pretty well. For 15 bucks, if I have to replace them every 6 months or a year, it's not a big deal. But they're great because if you're not wearing waterproof motorcycle boots, or if you're just, around town and you got something else on, these are still going to be waterproof and easy to use. All right, let's just empty the rest of that out. All right, I got some extra large nitrile rubber gloves. These fit over my motorcycle gloves, so 100% waterproof when I need them. Also good if you have to do any work on the bike. And I haven't used these. Seem like a great idea. They're sealskins. They're socks that are 100% waterproof. So I figure if my boots get flooded or soaked and my socks are wet, I can put these on And even if I put my feet inside of wet boots, it's not going to cause a problem. I'm going to still be comfortable. And then you could also do that with, these are umbrella bags, the kind that you get at Walmart or any grocery store or any office building when it's raining, to put your umbrella in. They're long, thin, easy to pack. Put these over your feet and then into your boots. All right, this is a little ditty bag, another one of the bags, but non-rain stuff. And in here we've got, all right, this is a 20-liter super compact collapsible backpack. This stays in here in case I ever run out of space and need to carry something. It's awesome if you leave camp, if you're on the bike camping, you want to run into town and get some food, get some provisions, you can throw it in here even if everything else is full. That's a huge help. I use it all the time. We'll get to this in a second. Let's see here. Some hose clamps for any kind of repair, hanging things on the bike, whatever. Rock straps. These are a combination of a strap and a bungee cord. Very, very, very useful. Can use these to basically attach anything to the bike. Cable lock. I made this one, but you can get a bicycle lock. This can run through the arm of my jacket or through the chin bar of my helmet and lock it to the handlebars if I'm worried about, parking somewhere somebody could walk off with my gear. All right, this little ditty bag, this just came from a conference that I was at, and it's got a whole bunch of stuff in it. So let me get it out. Let's see, we'll just take it out one thing at a time. All right, extra USB cords for charging. Just as a backup, I've got a small pen and pencil. A little bit of sunscreen. Okay, another pair of gloves. Some money, $1 bills, quarters, and some dollar coins. This is for, sometimes when you're camping, Forest Service places, national parks, you got to drop your money in a slot. And you need cash. I want to have a little bit in my wallet, or in here, in case I don't have it in my wallet. Little tiny first aid kit, Band-Aids, some antibiotic ointment, alcohol wipe, safety pins, a little toilet paper, you know what that's for. A large bandana. This is great to keep out of the sun around your neck, or you can soak it in water and tie it on to cool off, or, clean your glasses. Or what I love doing is you can open it up, fill it with ice, roll it up, tie it around your neck on a super hot day. Super, super, super refreshing. Keep you way, way, way cooler. Some business cards and MustacheMoto stickers. Lighter. A really tiny pocket knife. You could put a razor blade instead. Some, let's see, we got Benadryl, ibuprofen, and Tums. Chapstick. I can't tell you how many times I'm on a long trip and I get chapped lips, and then I'm kind of screwed if I don't have this. Backup earplugs. It's a little bit of gaffer tape. It's like duct tape or Gorilla Tape, but even better. And you can do it with any of them. You just fold a little pad and keep wrapping it around so you've got a little bit for whatever you may need. And an extra USB charger for the bike, just in case that one dies. All right, so that's the main everything I carry. There's a few extra things I add if it's winter or cold, or if I'm going to be doing high mountain passes or something. Give me a second. If it's winter, or even shoulder season in spring or fall when the nights are chilly, or maybe if I'm doing a trip where I'm going to be up high altitude and it's going to get cold or might get cold, there's a few extra things I keep on the bike just in case I need that extra bit of warmth. First is a turtle fur, this fleece. It's a loop, and you can wear it as a hat when you stop if you need to, or you pull it over your head and wear it around your neck. It forms like a gasket, keeps all the drafts out of your jacket, and really hits above its weight in the amount of warmth you get for the size of the thing. Electric gloves. If your hands get cold or wet, it's awesome to have a dry pair of gloves that you can pull out and turn on the batteries, turn on the heat, and really, really get cozy. Electric vest. So this thing can be worn just like it is, not even plugged in, to give you a fair amount of warmth, or you plug it in and really feel like a lizard on a rock getting all that heat. So Doesn't take up too much room, and it's great to have in the pannier that you can pull it out if things get colder than expected. And then chemical hand warmers. I keep these on the bike, and you can open them and stuff them in your gloves, in your jacket, in your pants, even in your shoes. And then I use them if I'm camping and it gets colder than expected. I can open a couple and throw them in my sleeping bag, and that little bit of extra heat really goes a long way. All right, now you got some ideas of what to keep on your bike at all times. Adjust as necessary, and get out there and ride.